Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle or the Exploracle for short. If you're new here to my channel, what I usually do is I show you decks from my personal collection, show you all of the cards, and just talk about it. Today we'll be taking a look at another mass market deck from Los Carabello. So this is the Yokai Tarot by Marga Piazzi and Paolo Bertazzo. So this is what the size of the box looks like. This is a Los Carabello deck, and it comes in this two-part packaging that, just to let you know, this is not that secure. If you hold it at the top, you really have to keep a good grip on it, otherwise it will slide down. But it is a beautifully designed box, good structure, and yeah, quite sturdy. Okay, so let me just show you these extra cards. These are the backs. They are, I think, no, they are not reversible, and yeah, they snap back quite well. Thicker cardstock compared to the Los Carabello decks in the standard top box. Yeah, you can see here it's much thicker. Let me show you the Cersei Tarot in comparison. I also just filmed the flip through of this deck, so just to show you how different it is. Definitely this Yokai Tarot is much thicker compared to the Cersei. It feels more sturdy, but at the same time it could also be more difficult to shuffle because it is a thicker deck and I have smaller hands. But we shall see. Because obviously I have not used this deck. I haven't really been reaching out for tarot much, but you know, I just wanted to show you the decks that I have in my collection so that you could have a resource in case you were checking this out. You can just see all of the cards, and if you're interested in this particular deck. Anyway, so let's take a look at the guidebook. This is the guidebook for the Yokai Tarot. And here you can see that it is in multiple languages. So for English, you have from page 4 to about 52. Then you have Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. You have an introduction, how to use the deck, and then you have your spreads, and then the cards, and then you go directly into the meanings of each of the cards. Looks like the same amount of information for both the majors and minors. You also have the keywords before you go into the actual meaning. So these are the cards. As mentioned, they are thicker. The backs are not reversible. Okay, so let's zoom in and take a closer look at the cards. Alright, so it is almost borderless except for the name at the bottom, numbered as well. So of course it talks about the different yokai or creatures from Japanese myths and stories. And there's a really popular deck called the Yokai Tarot that has, I believe, similar kind of concept that uses the yokai in tarot. I don't have that deck. It was available, I think a few months ago or last year for orders again, but I just couldn't bring myself to, because I haven't really been reading much tarot lately. I couldn't bring myself to spend that much on a deck because it is an indie deck, so it is priced a little bit more expensively compared to mass market. But when I did see some of the flip throughs and the reviews for this particular deck talking about how it also had that same energy, I was really excited to pick this up because I do love these types of stories. I hope I get to learn more about them in the deck and that they are well related into the meanings of tarot. If you're looking for a comparison or like a deep dive, my videos are definitely not the ones that you're looking for. These videos that I make are mostly just flip throughs, just showing off the cards one by one, in case you want to see them before you either decide to purchase them, or you're just interested in decks. I'm also still a beginner in tarot, and I just really love looking at the art. I love looking and using the deck to gain more insights about myself. It's always been personal readings for me, or self readings, so I really don't have much experience. So whatever meanings that I get from tarot, they're mostly limited to the lens that I have for myself. So yeah, if you're looking for a deep dive, this is not it. As always, feel free to slow down, speed up, or pause if you want to take a closer look at the cards. Now, I do like the art here. The color is a little muted. It looks pale, and that's also how it is in real life. So I think the camera is doing a good representation. It is not as vibrant. Definitely like a mood because it feels like you're looking at something that's not really here. If, for example, if you see this vibrance of green, this one feels like somewhat in between. And I think that's really where yokai would reside. It's not really here present, but in that plane in between, if you get my meaning. And I think this coloration gives that kind of feeling. So the pentacles have been renamed to coins. Heavier than Knight. Later on, we'll shuffle, we'll choose a card to read, and then we will see what the guidebook has to say. Oh, wait. Okay, so I didn't even notice, but the last card in each suit is the Queen. Oh, okay. So we have here the Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight, Nine of Wands, 10. You have here your Page, Knight, and King, and Queen. And then the last suit, the Suit of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Swords, Page, the Knight, King, and Queen. Okay, there's this dust particle that's on my mat. Okay, so let's see how this deck shuffles. So it is quite thick, and I do feel like it's going to clump or stick together, at least for the first few times. I And yeah. So yeah, you can riffle shuffle it. It is a little bit stiff, but that's really just because it's new. I think the cardstock does feel a little cardboardy, and when I bend it, it does dig into my hands because it's quite thick. It might be better over time. You know, maybe you just have to keep working it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just the thickness as well. If I do it with half of the deck, it's easier. But really, it's because I do have smaller hands. But for some people, you might not have that issue. Okay, and then for the... Oh, okay, so it pleasantly doesn't really clump or stick to each other. So that's a good thing. And then let's see. Okay, so I'm not getting a jumper, so let's just choose. Okay, so we'll be reading for the Queen of Swords. So for the Queen of Swords, it says... Oh, I forgot. It's the last suit. Okay. Keywords are straightforwardness, strategy, rigor, concision, and discipline. And then it says, the Kaze no Kami, or literally the spirits of the wind, are yokai of the air realm, traveling with the gusts across Japan to bring their influence to bear upon humanity. Their breath can be either positive and fresh or negative and pestilent, depending on their intentions. Similarly to this Kaze no Kami, your actions may be swift and direct. Open your mouth only to benefit the worthy or punish the undeserving with no in-between. So yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of like how that's written. Like there's enough information about the yokai and the meaning of the card. So maybe let's choose another one. I'm just curious because it's also a short write-up, so I don't really think it would take much time. Let's see. Okay, let's see for the 5 of coins. Oh, I'm sorry for those that might be scared of spiders, but okay, sorry about that. But okay, 5 of coins. Keywords: need, poverty, struggle, obstacle, and cold. The Binbogami, or literally the god of poverty. So I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Is a spirit that brings misery and struggle to the house it is haunting. According to the stories, if the Binbogami is shown hospitality and respect, then it will leave the home and bless it with a streak of good fortune. The appearance of this yokai foreshadows hard times, but proves that virtues like generosity and kindness in moments of difficulty can get you back up on your feet, and even stronger than before. So yeah, I am liking that guidebook. Even though, oh, what am I doing? Even though it is a shorter write-up, I think it's very concise in its meaning and very useful for someone like me who currently doesn't really have much time to digest a lot of information from guidebooks. But although, just a disclaimer, I am the type that likes guidebooks, so I usually do prefer having a lot of information in guidebooks, but lately I have been preferring more easily digested guidebooks, and I think this is one of them. I feel actually quite excited to read with this deck. Yeah, so I don't know, do you have this deck? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you enjoy using it. And if you have the Yokai Yochi, let me know if it's actually worth splurging on that one the next time that that they do have another print run. Anyway, that has been the flip through of the Yokai Tarot by Marga Biazzi and Paolo Bertazzo. Hope you find this video interesting, and if you did, don't forget to click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. See you again next time. Bye.